What do you think the government should do?
Hi, Nigel. Well, quite frankly, I want the government to clamp down on what's going on in the UK. First of all, I'd like to say that I integrate and I work with a lot of Muslims. I'm a teacher.
Yes.
And yes, of course, there's lots of lovely Muslims out there. They're wonderful people, fabulous. And they're not all terrorists. I don't think that at all. And they're not all extremists. However, I've watched many programs now there was one particular one that's really shocked me because I only watched it a couple of weeks ago, but it was aired apparently a couple of years ago on do you know Stacey Dooley? She did a documentary about her hometown, which is Luton.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And she was there attending a march by Muslim people who were protesting about a woman who had been arrested. I'm not quite sure of the details of the arrest. And there were hundreds and hundreds of these Muslim people, and they were all attacking Stacey Dooley, saying that she was a disgrace for wearing this lovely long dress that she had on because she looked naked to them, and they were absolutely inciting hatred against British.
But so why would people living in, what would have driven them, if what you say is absolutely true, what would have driven them to incite hatred? What's going wrong?
I don't know. I really don't know. It saddens me greatly. I know there's some people who would want to live here peacefully, but I don't know. But they've obviously come from countries that they're trying to get away from, so I would have thought they want to come here and live here and bring their children up in a very peaceful and wonderful environment. I mean, I think the UK for me is a wonderful country. We're incredibly tolerant.
Yeah, we have been, certainly.
I can't understand why these people can't embrace that. And they don't embrace that. They do not integrate. There's so many things we need to do. On that video, every female Muslim was completely covered up. You could not see her face. That is frightening to me.
Would that be your number one thing that needs to be changed, Emma?
Absolutely. Ban the veil. I'd even go further than that. I would ban the headscarf for children under the age of 18, because I think it's actually quite an awful thing to see. I see little kids in school, aged 5 and 6, wearing a headscarf. I kind of find it quite cruel.
Emma, you've made your point very clearly. Emma wants a ban on the veil, on the headscarf for children. Gareth in Liverpool, tell me, what do you think needs to happen?
Good evening, Nigel.
Good evening.
I don't know. I've got a bit of a dog in this fight. My business partner's wife was stood feet away from the blast. She's currently in intensive care.
Oh gosh.
So my feelings are running high at the moment. But the problem is there's an all too familiar pattern emerging with the perpetrator of this. It's come out. He follows the same religion as every other terrorist attack we have in this country. It's come out that, and they're saying the same. He was a lone wolf. He was this, that, the other. But the security services in this country constantly monitor 3,000 people, and every time there's a terrorist attack, it comes out they were on that list. They were known to the services. They're spending £9 billion a year to watch these 3,000 people, only for when one of them strikes to go, hey, we were watching them. Well, do something about them. We're going to need, it's extreme times. We need extreme measures. I've never known, not in the recent decades, known a terrorist attack to hit so close to home. The last one probably being, sadly, Manchester again, 1996.
The Arndale Centre.
With the Arndale Centre.
Yeah. But Gareth, what are you suggesting I mean, look, there are 3,500 people on this list that we've talked about. What do you really think? I mean, if you were sitting with Theresa May now, what would you recommend that she does with these 3,500 people?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Open a camp like Guantanamo Bay and throw them all in. They're all potential bombers. They've all got the potential to do this, so they should be straight away thrown in a camp or a prison or something where they can say, right, we need to monitor you. We need to find out what chances are you going to do this, because it's not just the 3,000. There's 1,000 people in the UK downloaded that last year. So let's assume that all those 3,000 downloaded that. There's 50,000 potential
Well,
lone wolves out there now.
Well, I'd be careful about that because we're exposed to all sorts of stuff on the internet without being changed. And Gareth, what you've said is very strong. You are not alone in saying it today. As I say, it worries me. It shades of a 1930s. That's the bit that gets me. But lastly, and most importantly, how is your business partner making? How's he getting through this? Wife in intensive care.
I haven't spoken to him. I know she was in theatre until lunchtime. She's got severe trauma, quote, life-changing injuries. So he's the information we've got is from.
Okay, well, we wish her well, Gareth, and we thank you for the call.